Hey guys, this is Warren98 doing a video review on my custom Lego Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 figures. We have Rocket, Star-Lord, Gamora, and Baby Groot. Four of the five Guardians I really wanted to make, but I don't have Drax. I actually sold him, so I have these right now. But I made these four figures to celebrate tonight's release. To celebrate the release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that was released earlier this year. And I am just so glad to finally have these guys done. I originally wanted to do them for the movie, but then I didn't actually have Gamora or Star-Lord yet. I only had Rocket and Groot. And I wanted Mantis to be in here, but I can't seem to find her. So yeah, it's just these four. Anyways, let's get into the video. All right. So first one we'll be taking a look at is Star-Lord Peter Quill, from the leader of the Guardians, who has had this team together since the first Guardians movie. So I hope he can keep it together this time. And I don't have his helmet. I really wanted to do it, but I never got around to painting it, and I was out of gold paint, so I never got to finish it. So yeah, but I will probably show the helmet in Infinity War, because the trailers that have been released, he does have it in Infinity War. So anyways, getting them out of the way, his blasters were painted gray on the top, and the tips of them were painted lime green, because in the first Guardians movie he had lime green blasts. But anyways, moving on from that, his legs got some painted brown shoes. This was before I actually found out that he had brown pants and black shoes instead of that. So yeah, and on the arms, painted on the brown shoulder pad, a little bit of brown down towards his wrist, and a few of the black lines that were on his jacket. A little bit more on this side. Yeah, on the face, it didn't change that much, and the torso, I just kept the same from Lego. And so yeah, that is Star-Lord. Next up, we'll be taking a look at Rocket Raccoon, who I think was actually a pretty funny character in the movie. My favorite character is Star-Lord, but I think he's pretty cool, how serious he tries to be, even though he's not really. He does laugh at things. But anyways, this character was quite hard to make, since Lego had made their character with gray, and that was not accurate. So I painted all the gray, including on the torso, painted them on his legs, painted his arms. His arms were originally gray, painted my own, and all the gray that was on his head in my own dark brown color, or lightish dark brown color. And that included painting all the gray that was printed on his torso in the brown color, painting down his feet on his on his shoes, and painting his tail, which was really, really hard. And painting the center part of his tail a dark blue color, so it would blend in a little bit better with the pants. And anyways, moving on from that, you can just see I don't really have his guns ready, but this guy was quite something. And man, I gotta really say, I really like how he turned out. He was one of my most tedious figures to do, weaving around all Legos printing for the white, the black, and the mouth. And that was not easy, but I'm kind of glad that he's done. And yeah, let's move on to the next figure. Next up, we have Gamora, played by Zoe Saldana. Really think her character is quite awesome in the movies. I really like how she's a kind of a warrior that does not find anything really cool and all that. But anyways, her sword is just a standard Lego sword. Her legs are just a pair of printed legs I found that had knee pads and pouches on it. Her torso was originally just a blank black torso. When I painted on all the details on her shirt, the white towards the bottom and stuff. Her jacket was actually a cut up Lego cape that I then painted in a darker brown color to match the arms. Her head is the standard Gamora head from the Guardians Volume 2 sets. And her hair was originally brown. I painted it black and then painted all the faded red all around the bottom. And yeah, that's Gamora. Let's move on to our last figure. Alright, last up we have, as our final figure, we have Baby Groot. And I kind of think he was pretty funny in the movie. I really just like how he is. He's on the toddler. He does not really know a lot, but it's understandable because he's little. And I painted him in my own light tan color to be like a woodish color, similar to what he is in the movies. And painted on a bunch of different black lines because his design, he is just got a lot of lines. And it's with doing the lines on Groot, you can really just go to town and finish, stay focused. And I just really thought he was an awesome figure, and painting him up and now having it done, I'm really glad about it. So already now we can wrap up this. Showcase. All right, guys, those were my 4 figures to celebrate the release of earlier this year's release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And man, I'm kind of glad I have these done, so I don't have to actually make them for Infinity War. The only guy I really will have to make is Teenage Groot. So having these 3 done, yeah, that was a lot off my chest. All right, that's it, and we can wrap up this showcase.